What's up, guys? I fix shit in your face, and still finishing up the scooter here. We got a little job to do to it today. Before we get going, don't forget, guys, drop a subscription, man. Show me some love. I don't make these videos for me. I make them for you guys to help you guys out. Also, don't forget, I will be doing some giveaways here for scooter gear, motorcycle and scooter gear here, rearing up to start doing it here pretty soon. You know, gloves, whatever. Scooter parts, I can do a little bit of everything. So if you're not subscribed, you won't know that I'm doing it. You won't be able to partake. So there you go. So today I got a starter to put in. The scooter I picked up needed a starter, so I'm going to show you guys how to install them, and I'm also going to explain to you why these fail so easily. So before we get kicked off here, you see that little black O-ring? What happens is these scooter starters end up getting just covered in oil constantly because it's circulating inside the engine. That oil gets inside the starter, and then after a while the starter just conks out. If I take that old starter apart, and I'm willing to, I'll take it apart and show you exactly how much oil normally gets in these things before they fail. Otherwise these would last a lot longer. So when these little O-rings give out, they'll start leaking oil, and when the inside here, that whole area inside there, that O-ring stuff gives out, it just fills up with oil from the inside of the engine. So we'll take that old starter apart. If I can get one apart, you can see they have screws on here. I think I can take one apart. It may take a little work, but we'll get one apart and I'll show you exactly how filled up with oil these get. But first, let me show you what you need to put this in. See you guys in a second. So we're going to be installing this on a 139 QMB 50cc scooter today. I've already got the starter solenoid pulled. I've disconnected all the zip ties. You're going to need a 10 to take this nut off. That will release the wire that hooks to the starter, and then there's two 8mm bolts. We're going to back those out. The starter will just, you grab a hold of it, give it a few jerks, it'll just pop right off, and then you can pop the new one on. You're just basically going to do everything in reverse. So I'm going to be doing mine with my electric impact wrench. I have a 10 there, and I have an 8 on the end with a few extensions. That'll make my life considerably easier, obviously. You guys can see the starter bolt in there. Let me make sure this is actually turned the correct way before I pop that on there. We're going to insert that right in there and make sure it's on there good. And I can give it a twist. Out it comes. Pretty easy. Simplify your life. Can you imagine trying to get in there with a ratchet and all that other stuff? Yeah. Yep. Life would get fun. So then there's one more way back here, if you guys can see that. There's one right back there. I get my tool on there good. There we go. That's it. She's out. Now I can just grab it. So I can get these bolts so they don't fall out of there. There's one. So I can get over here and grab the other one. Nope, probably just gonna have to pull the starter. Just give a little bit of pull with our fingers, and off it comes. There we go. Grab that other bolt out of there, and now all we have to do is take that 10 off on the top of the solenoid. You guys can do that. So that's pretty self-explanatory, and then when you put the new one on, you're just going to reverse the whole procedure. You're going to pop this back on there, put the 10 back on, put the solenoid back into place, pop the starter back in there, bolt, bolt, tight, tight, done. So let me finish up here. Alright, new starter's installed, solenoid's all put back together. There's the new starter, there's the old one. We're going to turn the key on. Unfortunately, I'm still waiting on the master cylinder for this side, so I'm going to have to kind of hold it like this, and we're going to come in and push the start button together, which for some reason this has an upside down horn button over here, but there you go. Back to working again. After further inspection, I realized this one just burned out. It didn't really take on too much oil, so this one barely has any oil in there. Not enough to make it conk out anyways. So this one just burned out. Oh! But a common failure for those is that they get full of oil. Well, this one's running good now. There we go.